Part 2 of travel tips for freelancers. This won't talk so much about moving abroad and into new places, but more just the preliminary tips of anytime you travel and you actually like to be productive. So this is part 2, and so I'll start off right away where I left off before. So if you're staying any place for more than 2 days, you should book a hotel. As I mentioned in the first video, it should be preferably a chain hotel. You should book a hotel with a kitchen in it. Usually whenever you book a hotel, if it has like extended stay or suites or anything like that in the name, usually they'll have options with a kitchen. And this is good because if you're staying in any place more than 2 days, to eat out for every single meal, the cost starts adding up quite a bit, and it starts not being worth it. And face it, even if you go to a place that's famous for their food, and I'm sure there are places where you want to eat when you go and travel there, more than 2 days, that's going to be more than 6 meals, and you're going to end up eating here or there, wherever it might be, and you're going to end up just spending money where you shouldn't. Especially if there are 2 of you traveling, more than 1 person, then it's worth it to get a place with a kitchen. So usually what I do is if I stay in a place for more than 2 days, I get a place with a kitchen. Then on my first day there, we'll go to the local grocery store. And this can also be a lot of fun. We've done this in many different places, in Seoul, Korea, Munich in Germany, in where else? In Aix-en-Provence in southern France, and in Atlanta in the US. And so what we'll do is we will just go shopping to the closest shopping grocery store, whatever it might be, and or many times if they have a market, stuff like that. And we get the food from there, the local food, and we try to cook up local dishes, which can be a lot of fun too. And so I recommend that if you're staying more than 2 days, get a place with a kitchen. And then that way you will save on money, and you can go to the grocery store and get stuff there and then cook whatever you wish. And so I definitely recommend that. And once again, usually in most of these chains, they have, especially if it's suites or extended stay, they have an option with a kitchen. So next tip, I don't know what number we're at because this is part 2, but the next tip is, portable Wi-Fi. If you're a freelancer and you want to get work done while you're abroad, you should have Wi-Fi everywhere you go, and it's good to get portable Wi-Fi. I always consider portable Wi-Fi as an extra, a kind of just in case, because if I plan that out correctly, I don't need to use it at all because I can get my work done wherever I am. And then if I'm just traveling, hanging out, I don't need the Wi-Fi. I don't want to be there checking my Instagram and Facebook all the time. And but if something's wrong and I can't get Wi-Fi and I need it, then it's good to have that. And in this day and age, you can usually get it at any airport when you travel, either from when you're leaving or when you arrive. They'll have a station there where you can get portable Wi-Fi, and it'll give you Wi-Fi everywhere you go. You can do some shopping around online to see the cheapest option and see what you can find, but they usually have stuff. I remember, in fact, last time I went to China, I was in Taiwan, and I went to China for about a week. And there they offer a portable Wi-Fi at the Taiwan airport for China, and it has VPN already built in. Because in China you can't get Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or Gmail or what else? Pretty much any of those things. And so you need a VPN to do that, which can be a pain. And when I lived there, it was kind of a pain because you have to sign up for the VPN and do all this stuff. But this was great. In Taiwan, they gave me this Wi-Fi with VPN already built in. So the whole time I was traveling there, I could just check my Facebook whenever I wanted to with no problem. In fact, I met a friend who lives there, and we were there at a bar getting a drink, and he saw that I had Instagram or something open. He's like, "How are you doing that?" I'm like, "Oh, my Wi-Fi just has it built in." And he's like, "Oh, can I check too?" Anyway, when you travel, bring a portable Wi-Fi. It's great for insurance, just in case there's an issue with the Wi-Fi when you're going around, especially if you're traveling to a new country, a new place, a place you're not very familiar with. As long as you have portable Wi-Fi, it can really be a lifesaver. So remember to look into that. But that brings me to the next tip, which is places to work from. The places to work from generally I find are, first of all, your hotel room. By the way, you always see people traveling, especially the whole digital nomad lifestyle. For some reason, they love to show people on a beach with a laptop, or laying on a hammock on a beach with a laptop, something like that. That doesn't happen in real life. No one does that. And if you try doing that, then you'll see why no one does that. You can't work on a beach with your laptop, okay? You can try, but there'll be, first of all, a big glare. The sun will be beating down on it, which will make your laptop very, very hot. You'll get sand all over it if you're in a beach, or water all over it if you're in a beach or a swimming pool. You'll get your drink all over it if you're trying to have a drink while you're working. You can't leave it there while you go swimming or somewhere else because someone's going to steal it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like, don't do that. I mean, I don't know. But anyway, that's the image people like to have. What usually happens, though, is when you travel to these places, you get to work from the hotel of wherever you are. So if your hotel has a nice view, a nice lobby or something like that, then it's awesome to work from there. Even if they have their own private pool outside, it's a lot easier to work from there than it is to work from a beach. So anyway, that's the first place, is usually the hotel that you can get some work done. And, so what happens is I'll, get some work done in the morning, and then I can go out in the afternoon. Or if I go someplace new, I'm jet lagged half the time. I wake up at like 3 a.m., might as well get some work done then, and then I can enjoy the day in this new place. So first of all, hotel room. Second of all, coffee shops. You can always do research ahead of time. But in this day and age, wherever you travel, they'll usually have coffee shops or something along those lines where you can just get a coffee and work. And I like these too because every new place you go, you kind of you have local people around you. You kind of get to see how they interact, and then you get to feel more that you're part of the place because you're getting some work done. And then the third option is the co-working spaces. Most places, most cities at least, now have co-working spaces. So look that up ahead of time. A lot of these have deals for people who are traveling there. Many times if you just go once, they'll let you use it for free. Other times they'll have a fee for one day, something that can be easily done, or maybe for a couple days if you're there for a couple days. Anyway, so you can look into this. I recommend this only if you need other stuff, like if you're going to need scanners and printers and and access to stuff like this, then look into the co-working space. Otherwise, I don't think it's really worth the cost, really. And the other option is a free one, which is libraries. Most local libraries have Wi-Fi, and you can get them for free. This can change a bit depending on the country, but usually that's the case. And so I've traveled and worked at many libraries, and it's been great. So those are the ones I recommend. If you're looking for a place to travel, look into those. There are going to be other options. You'll find malls with Wi-Fi in them. You'll find other locations that you can work from. Some cities have Wi-Fi all over the place, or whatever it might be. But those are the go-to, at least for me. The hotel that I'm staying at, coffee shops, co-working space if I need it, and then library. So that way you can get some work done. What's next? Oh, so the next thing, sorry, it's a bit jumpy here. I don't know why it's a bit jumpy here, because I didn't put my laptop on correctly. Anyway, the next point is, if you forgot any plugs, you don't need to buy plugs. This happens all the time. When you're traveling, you forget to bring your charger for this or that, or you need to bring an adapter for your charger if you're in a new continent or a place where they use a different type of adapter, or you might just forget whatever it is at home or something like that. Anyway, if this happens, if you're staying in a hotel, again, a chain hotel are the best for these, don't worry about it, and you don't need to buy new plugs at all, because usually what you can do is just go to the front desk and say, my iPhone, I don't have a plug for my iPhone or my Mac or something like that. Usually what happens is they'll have a big box, because so many people forget their chargers in their rooms, and they'll be like, here, sort through here. If you find the one you need, then you can use that. And so especially for phones, you can usually find any type of charger you need, many times for laptops as well. But so if you do forget your plug, your charger, your adapter, whatever it might be, at least don't buy it right away. Don't panic. Just go down to the front desk and ask them, and chances are they'll have something there. Next point. This next point is actually just a suggestion that I have. What I like to do when I travel to a new place is, and if you like jogging or stuff along those lines, or walking, this works well. Usually any hotel you get will be close to a body of water. Usually, in cities and stuff like that, that's usually how it works. Even towns, it's either a lake or river, or, something along those lines. And so what I try to do, I try to find a map where the closest body of water is. And so in the first morning or something like that, I'll go for a jog to that closest body of water. And then maybe jog a bit along it and then back in that. And what I like about this is that it gives me a place to jog. It also gives me a feel for that new town. And as soon as I go there, especially if it's my first time there, I feel like I get a feel for my new surroundings, and in a way that many times is more difficult to do as a tourist. especially if you do it first thing in the morning, not many people are out, but the people are out doing their business and you get more of a feel for the place than if later on during the day you just go hit all the tourist spots. And so I enjoy doing that. So I suggest especially if you're jet lagged, you're up early in the morning, you want to take a walk or a jog, to find the closest body of water and then just go there, jog, and then, back to the hotel. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Those are my tips, and you see even here I went on for 10 minutes. But hopefully you can find these useful for when you're traveling as a freelancer. And that's pretty much it for now. Let me know if you like these, by the way, because I was thinking of doing other tips for like airplane travel and car rentals and stuff like that. I mean, I have a whole course that deals with it more in detail, but just general tips like this I thought could be fun to share. Anyway, that's all for now. I'll talk to you next video. Okay, thanks. Bye. Savidum.